in my life from a cart in San Francisco. We got it in a bread bowl, and we sat on the side there by the water, rip and dip. It was awesome.
The clam chowder in a bread bowl.
Very good.
Never done it. Never done it before.
Game changer.
I think I've had broccoli cheddar in a bread bowl. I never thought to put clam chowder in a bread bowl.
I don't want anything healthy in my soup. When broccoli cheddar, the broccoli part, get it out of there. Cheddar soup I'd eat.
So just fondue.
Yeah, sounds good to me. What would be wrong with that? By the way, coming up next, he's the best NFL insider there is, and he's also now a hibachi enthusiast. We'll explain next.
You ever wake up with a sore throat, feeling a little off, and you know you're getting sick? Well, getting sick and going on the IL isn't an option, especially for me when I'm traveling for work. You can try to see a doctor, well, good luck there, or go sit for hours in an urgent care. Nope. That's why you need a medical emergency kit. This isn't some cheap first aid kit, okay? Your medical emergency kit comes packed with doctor-prescribed meds. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy right there in your home. If you're coming down with the flu, bam, here's your Z-Pack. You've got gastrointestinal issues, here's your Bactrim. From Z-Pack to ivermectin, amoxicillin, and doxycycline to treat strep, pneumonia, sinus infections, UTIs, COVID, and more. It's all right there in your kit. Just match your symptoms to the guide or talk with their telehealth doc. No doctor waiting rooms, no pharmacy lines. Order online in minutes and get $50 off with code SPORTS at urgentcarekit.com/sports. Get yours now at urgentcarekit.com/sports, promo code SPORTS.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trauff Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trauff offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrauff.com. Dick & Trauff Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrauff.com.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. To book your next tee time, call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy the Bog.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Every day is a silent competition, and with testosterone dropping 1% annually, you're fighting an uphill battle. Your colleagues notice when you lose your edge, your partner senses when your confidence wavers, and without addressing low T, you're set up to fail. No willpower can overcome this hormonal deficit. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments have shown a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Don't let low T define you. Reclaim your power at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Group, we do more than close deals. We serve with gratitude and faith-filled purpose. We've sold over $300 million in real estate since 2020, one of the top-ranked real estate teams in Wisconsin, and we're just getting started. What sets us apart? We care. Even if we're not your agent, we'll still help. That's the kind of stewardship the community deserves. If you're buying or selling across southeastern Wisconsin, let us earn your trust. I'm Tony Wendorf, and I want to create your red carpet experience. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you. With 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Gear up for October baseball. Brewers postseason tickets go on sale Tuesday, September 23rd. Clear your schedule, claim your spot, and be here for a Brewers postseason run unlike any other.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidde Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidde helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Number one claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidde 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition product.
Tire care shouldn't come with extra costs or surprise fees. It should be simple, straightforward, and stress-free. So at Midas, they're rolling out the limited lifetime tire guarantee, included with every tire purchase with paid installation. You'll pay nothing for flat repairs, nada for flat replacements, zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles, and zero for other preventative maintenance. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the limited lifetime tire guarantee, only at Midas.
Slowing down out of the Marquette on westbound 94 all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's just got some backups right through the stadium interchange proper, so not too horribly bad. Westbound 894, you got backups from 76th Street through the Hale interchange onto 894. Northbound, it stays heavy all the way up past Oklahoma Avenue, so keep that in mind. We've got northbound 41 also slowing down from Mayfair Road all the way up to Burleigh, and southbound slowing down from just south of Good Hope Road past Appleton Avenue. Oh, just got a new accident popped in. Northbound 41 right at Capitol Drive. The left lane is blocked. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Partly cloudy, still humid. Slight chance for showers, a high of 70. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Brust and Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So this time, it's not my fault because someone scheduled a 6 a.m. flight, right?
Driver's gone. Somebody call the cops. We need to find that driver.
They could have killed someone. Whose car is this?
Yeah, come on. Whoever did this, just confess. We promise we won't be mad.
Do you think you're leaving any mystery as to who that person is?
I have no idea who he's talking about.
Well, close our eyes. Just take your car and get out of here.
Sir, that's clearly your car. I have your wife's number. I would have called your wife and said.
The person who booked the flight at 6 a.m.
I didn't say that.
Whoa. This is shocking news. Wait, Angie's the one who booked this flight?
Oh my God. What happened here?
Yeah, we're all trying to find the guy who did this and give him a spanking.
It's obviously this guy, right?
Yes.
I have a name.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running around, she wants to ride, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like
interesting crew we got here today for Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
It's a dream team.
We're going to have to wait and see if Jeff Levering continues the run of guests on this program that just continue to compliment Josh DiMaggio later today at 8:15. Josh DiMaggio in the big boy chair once again today. Jen on her way to East Lansing, Michigan for her story this week for College Game Day. Chewy, of course, still gallivanting off in Europe. Although we did get contact with the big guy today. He had some texts coming our way about Matthew Golden and Emeka Ibuka. Still haven't gotten any Lederhosen picks from him. That's apparently coming on Friday. So Brian D. is on the other side of the glass today. Brian, when was the last time you found yourself in the position you're currently sitting?
Not as long as you might think, Gabriel. I was in here in March, I think on a show that Joshy hosted during the Big Ten tournament. We did like a Wisconsin, ironically enough, with Jen and East Lansing, a Wisconsin-Michigan State like Badgers basketball lead-in show on a Saturday morning this past March. So
sure.
I recall.
Okay.
I'm not that dusty back here.
Okay. All right. I mean, again,
he's enough to be dangerous back there.
All right, he's enough to be dangerous. So we're going to have some fun today. I mentioned we've got Jason Wilde coming up. I want to get this out of the way right away on the Carplus Talking text line. I don't know what Petey's doing at 2:09 a.m., but he decided to text the Carplus Talking text line at 2:09 this morning.
Huh.
Should we trade for ETN? Don't know how that's going to help the Packers' problems, Petey, but I appreciate the text regardless. Don't think running back is the issue for the Green Bay Packers.
No, and I don't want to get too in depth in the Jaguars, but they already traded one of their running backs to the Eagles, so I don't think they're going to be trading their other one.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've got ETN on your fantasy team, whatever. Because where we're actually going to start today is a place we don't talk a lot on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Because honestly, they haven't really given us much to talk about, at least on the positive side of things, over the last handful of years. The Luke Fickell era has not gone the way that I think anyone thought it was going to go. Because everybody, and I will still say to this point, I still think it was a good hire at the time. Given all of the information at the time, I feel like it was a good hire. Now, it has not gone well. So we talk about this all the time with Ron Wolf. And Ron, as a general manager of the Green Bay Packers in the 90s, would quickly realize when he made a mistake and would try to alleviate the mistake as quickly as he possibly could. That is not apparently what's happening with Wisconsin football. As 10-point favorites, they lost to Maryland by double digits this past weekend. And the folks who showed up, because, well, the students decided they had better things to do on a Saturday, hard to blame them. For the folks who showed up, they were chanting "Fire Fickell" at some point during the show. Well, really the creator of Wisconsin athletics as we know it, Barry Alvarez, does a show on Mondays on our sister station in ESPN Madison. And here is what the former University of Wisconsin athletics director had to say about those who are chanting "Fire Fickell" on Saturday.
Coach, what do you make of how fans have reacted here
I think
so
it's
far?
embarrassing. I think it's terrible, despicable. They're spoiled rotten. Here's a team that you got young players trying to come on. They're competing. They're going to have a chance to get better, and you flip on them. They're early in the season, and you flip on them, and you're chanting for the coach. What do you think that makes? How do you think that makes the players feel?
Exactly.
And
that's a great point, Coach.
That's disrespectful. It's not loyal. You're not a fan. If I'm a person sitting next to me, boom, I tell, get your ass out of here. We don't need you in here. You don't want to watch this? Go someplace else. Go boo in a bar. That really upsets me.
A lot of things to dig into there, Joshy, because on a core level, I agree with what Barry's saying. Like, I'm not somebody that if I'm upset, I was at a Bucs game a couple of years ago, right before they fired Adrian Griffin, where the effort was horrendous. Like they lost by, it might have been 50 points. I might be exaggerating that, but I don't think I am. They lost by 50 points at home to a Utah Jazz team. And people were booing, understandably so. I was not one of them, but I understand if your frustration of your team drives you to the point where you are booing. Because it's not booing just because of one bad performance. Right. It's
the whole thing.
It's the entire era of Luke Fickell. Because Barry was also one who, on that very show, on those airwaves last year, was incredibly upset that a bull streak that started with him as the head coach had come to a conclusion last year. So I understand some of it, but at the same time, so you can't be a real fan if you get frustrated with your team to the point of so don't show it. So the stadium's supposed to be less full now. Yeah. Because I can't imagine there's anyone who is happy with the state of Wisconsin football.
Barry Alvarez is the singular person who I think is afforded to have this opinion. I also think he couldn't be more off base and more missing the moment here. I think Barry Alvarez should be grateful that there's enough fans there to boo who care enough. Because if you talk to the majority of people right now and you bring up Wisconsin football, it's apathy. Most people don't care. You saw all the pictures of the stadium and how empty it was. The people who weren't booing simply didn't go or had left by that time. So the fact that there's people there passionate enough to care about their program and to care about what's happening on the field enough to boo, I think is a sign that you have some people you can win back. Because the degree at which I've gone out and watched a few Badgers games, it's not what people are watching. People don't care. It's on the TV and people will make some flippant comments. What makes it interesting is it's actually a win to me that people care enough to boo. Because the rest of them who didn't care enough to boo just went home. They went to a tailgate. They went out to the bar. They didn't care. I understand where Barry's coming from. He built this program to what it is now.
And I think there's some of that in there as well for Barry, right? Like, I think there's a level of, I don't want to say he's embarrassed. I don't know the last time Barry was actually embarrassed, if that's an emotion when you get to the level of him that you can actually feel.
He's nicknamed the Don.
Yeah. I mean, but he's the one who built this program.
Correct.
Like, the last time you felt this way about Wisconsin football was before he arrived.
Yes.
Right? And he built this, the football program, and then later helped build the athletic program as the AD to the juggernaut that it had become. And if there's anybody who spoiled the fan base, I guess, Barry, it was you and the success that you had. Like, I guess you have a hand in this, but at the same time, don't you want those expectations of your football team? Isn't that something that you should want? And like you said, a fan base that cares enough. And Ryan from Aguanago saying here, it was pretty much just the students. Well, man, guess what? You gotta hook those students. Yeah. You got to get them to show up.
Last I checked, they're pretty important.
Like, I do not blame students. As bad as this football team is right now, I don't blame students for not showing up, for doing better things. I would call the fan base more spoiled when in the probably the Brett Bielema heyday,
right?
When I was in Madison, I was in Madison, and I was at just about every Badger game, doing the Badger pregame and postgame stuff that we did in ESPN Madison from like 2009 to 2013. There was like a 4 or 5 year stretch where I was there, and I mean, for these noon games against Maryland, where you're favored by 10.5. Yeah, students were going to show up late, and they were going to leave after the jump around because they were up by a bunch, and they're going to go out and do whatever they wanted to do on a Saturday. I'd call that spoiled, and taking advantage of
taking for granted.
Taking for granted, taking for granted how good your football program is. I don't think booing falls under the hey, we're spoiled rotten. Yeah, have Badger football had it pretty good for a while? Sure, but this hire was meant to represent taking the next step and being consistently up there, especially now in the 12-team era, of competing for those national championships. Instead, you've gone in the exact opposite direction, and I fully understand the frustration and the boos that came out.
I mean, Luke Fickell said it himself when he first got introduced here. It was a move to win championships, and the Badgers feel further away than they ever have been before. And I understand where Barry's coming from, because to a degree, I'm sure he takes the booing of Luke Fickell as a booing of him. Because he is
he's
the
still,
Wisconsin, yes.
He's still the face of Wisconsin football. He is not associated with the university anymore, but he is still the face of Wisconsin football.
And he's probably going to remain the face for a long time just because of what he elevated that program to. So I understand him saying spoiled rotten, and things were certainly probably worse prior to Barry getting here.
Correct.
And
fear the veer.
And I understand that where they are right now is certainly a level above that considerably. But this isn't what Luke Fickell was brought in to do. That was Maryland. You lost by 17.
As a 9.5-point favorite.
Right. You didn't show up. You weren't prepared. You looked like one of the bottom feeders of the Big Ten. The teams we used to laugh at when the Badgers would go score 50 on them, and they'd rush for 350 yards. The Badgers turned into the laughingstock.
I don't know if it's a funding problem within the football program. Look, Wisconsin's never going to have the money nor spend the money the way that Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon, some of these other teams in the Big Ten that you're going to expect to be perennial powers. But you're telling me the University of Wisconsin doesn't have the same amount of money or in the ballpark of money as Indiana
You can't
or Illinois?
Indiana. Correct.
Right? Like, and these are teams, those are two teams, and I know Indiana blew them out on Saturday night, but those were two teams that played a pretty marquee matchup with some pretty small numbers next to their name when they played on Saturday night. You're telling me Wisconsin can't be that? I mean, Indiana made the college football playoff a year ago. Illinois had expectations to make it there this year. I think that kind of went down the drain when you lose by, was it 63? They lost by 63 to Indiana by?
Count.
Yeah, it was a high number. That's all I know. But still, like, those teams had those expectations. Nobody had expectations going into this game. Like, before this game, we had the question from, was it Ryan McGonigal? On the Carblos Talking text line, which is a higher number, Packers losses or Badger wins? Like, it was something even that was brewing before this game. And again, I understand where Barry's coming from. And also, Barry coming from a different era, saying, well, how do you think those student athletes feel when you boo them? Well, guess what?
They're paid.
This is a different era of college athletics. Yes. And when Barry was coaching, I understood that. And look, when I was closer to the Badgers and doing the things I was just talking about, like that was something I genuinely had to think about. Like, hey, these are student athletes. Right? Yeah, they're getting a scholarship. Like, how much criticism can you levy on them? Like, it was a delicate balance. College football is just a lower level of professional football now.
It's AAA.
Yeah.
AAA NFL.
This is again, this is the way that college football went. I'm glad the players are getting paid because there's so much money in the sport. Like, they deserved to get paid. But with that money, you don't get to take that money consequence-free.
Well,
like there are expectations that come with that money.
Let's also not ignore the fact that the booing and the chanting was at the head coach.
Correct.
It wasn't any of the players.
No.
It wasn't it's a state of the program. And sure, firing Fickell does implicate the players because they are the ones on the field not performing. But the person being attacked and the person that's under the microscope right now, who had to get a vote of confidence from the AD, who then had to get a vote of confidence from the chancellor, that is all that the fans are mad about. And I understand Barry Alvarez, and I think he has the right to say what he did. I do think he missed the moment, and he's sort of off base here on where the program is. Because to me, imagine yourself being Barry Alvarez. Like, the idea of Luke Fickell failing isn't in his consideration because he came in and through sheer force of will and charisma and getting his team to where it is, he turned the program around.
I mean, and you can take that to the next level too, Joshy. Barry thinking that Chris McIntosh could fail is not something, because Chris McIntosh...
He left him a perfect situation.
Chris McIntosh is the handpicked successor for Barry. Like, they had been grooming Chris for years to fill those shoes when Barry finally decided to retire. Like, so that's Barry's guy as well. Like, so the boos aren't just coming down on the guy that
he's viewing
his guy
it as
hired.
An indictment of himself.
Correct.
Yes.
So, like, you don't. It's not that far of a degree of separation to trace it back to Barry. And I'm with you. Like, I understand why Barry's saying what he's saying. It makes sense to me why he specifically would say this. I just think he's wrong.
Yeah, and that's okay. And I think we have the right to tell Barry he's wrong on this one. He knows more about the football program, how college football works, all that stuff. But when it comes to being a fan, I think you and I and everyone that's listening in the audience has a better perspective on that and understands what booing is and what it means.
Colin says on the Carbless Talk at text line, 800-990-3776. Calling a fan base spoiled makes it worse. You set these expectations for the team. When they're not met, the fans get upset. Calling them spoiled is a bad look. Yeah. Again, these expectations...
Right.
Like, you want this team to uphold the expectations that Barry had set 20 years ago. When he stepped away from being the head coach.
I also think what saying the fan base is being spoiled is kind of takes the onus off of the program and the coaching staff and the AD. And maybe that's intentional, but no one's looking at the Badgers losing to Maryland and saying, well, if the fans would have showed up and been louder, they would have had a chance in that game. Like, there's one place to look at what happened with this program.
And I'll tell you what, Joshy, the votes of confidence that are flying around Madison, it's not helping the situation. Like, you could have easily... Like, here's the thing. You didn't have to give the vote of confidence if you're Chris McIntosh.
I believe he called that press conference himself.
That, as the athletic director, you don't have a contract that says you have to speak to the media. He did that himself.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been just as easy to say nothing.
Correct.
And I think saying nothing would have been the appropriate thing at this time.
It's one of those, you try and show support and strength and belief in the program, but in doing so, you show more cracks and make it seem even more vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see people who are doing, for instance, do you think they're going out there and giving votes of confidence for Andy Reid? Hey, we really believe in this guy. You think of, like, did Bill Belichick ever need a vote of confidence when he was winning Super Bowls? Like, it showed a level of weakness that I don't think it was intended to. And then the chancellor being asked for comment and interview and declining said interview and then saying we have full belief. I'm starting to think there's things happening there that should cause us to think there could be changes.
Yeah, again, at that point, maybe the chancellor felt like they had to say something because McIntosh said something. I don't know. But
I mean, what's the next level? Do we need the governor to step in?
Who runs the board of regents? I think whoever that person is for the entire
Just
UW
follow
system.
this up the chain here.
The second we get government officials involved, man, then we've lost the plot. We do have other things we want to talk about when it comes to the Green Bay Packers, but it was, again, I guess I was surprised to hear Barry's reaction last night. Wanted to get to that, but we've got to get to the Packers because they were disappointing this weekend as well. Jason Wilde joins us next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We do still have an accident on northbound 41 at Capitol Drive. The left lane is blocked, and that's making for backups all the way back past Mayfair Road. So careful with that. It's going to be a slow one. Eastbound 94, slowing from 92nd Street all the way through the Stadium interchange to 35th. Westbound heavy from 17th to Mitchell Boulevard. And then we've got delays on the bypass, heading westbound from Forest Home through the Hale all the way up to Lincoln on the northbound side. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Partly cloudy skies, still humid, slight chance for showers, a high of 70. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Buckle up, Milwaukee. The journey starts now.
Around third is Durbin. Here comes the throw home. Durbin slides in there safely. The Brewers walk it off in 10.
The Crew have punched their ticket.
And the Brewers, clinching the playoffs earlier today, put an exclamation mark on it here tonight.
Brewers playoff coverage on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Stay up to date on all your Brewers talk right here.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S. And they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $250 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics all included in your membership. Sign up today for open play spots or check out Learn to Play sessions and clinics. Members get 4 clinics a month included. Memberships start at just $119 a month. Check out all the options at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com. And I'll see you on the court.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Beth, you're in charge of ordering the tacos for the meeting today, yeah?
I'm not going to order the tacos.
What?
I'm going to Easy Cater the tacos. With Easy Cater, you can order from a huge variety of restaurants, track expenses, and save time.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, you're emailing the meeting notes, right?
No, I'm going to easy mail them. Where's my music?
Sorry, Ben. There's no Easy Cater for that.
Easy Cater, the easy way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
Ready?
Packers all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project this year? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. Visit extpros.com. Also brought to you by Lakeland Supply. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com.
He is our friend. He is our teammate. He is Jason Wilde. He joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Gabe. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you, dude?
I'm a little nervous.
Why?
What?
I have an electrical issue.
What?
and I have a guy.
Yeah.
But I'd be happy to pay in advance for the repair.
Well, you're caught up on all your outstanding debts. I think you should be okay. I mean, it only took you a year, but
yeah, and certainly I'm in no position to criticize. But it did take Mark/Keith Neitzel Electric about a month to cash my check, so I don't know if it wasn't delivered.
So in fairness, I did not see them for a little bit before in order for me to get them the check. So you delivered it to me, and right after that, Jason, I went on vacation. It took a little bit of time for me to see Mr. Neitzel.
Do I have this right, Jason? You are still in avowed balancing of the checkbook. You get out all the bills and the receipts, and you run it through. Yeah.
Yes. So I had more money in my account than I really thought I did. I did not overdraw.
Okay, I was about to say.
That Associated Bank takes great care of me. I'm all good. I am definitely in no position to criticize neither Mark Neitzel Electric nor his wonderful son who delivered my payment for me. I'm not criticizing anyone. I'm just lashing out because now I'm nervous. Because I've got another electrical issue, and it's like the old Ghostbusters song, who are you going to call? The guy you didn't pay for a year and a half.
Well, again, you've got his number. I think you guys should be able to figure that one out, Jason. And unless you need me to reach out. If you want me to put in a good word, just let me know.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit apprehensive, but as is his son, he is a fantastically nice fellow. So I hope he will let bygones be bygones now that I have a zero balance. But again, I am a pay on time guy. Some forces beyond, well, no, they were in my control. I can't even blame them on forces beyond my control. Prevented a timely payment. So I will definitely reach out to him.
So, Jason, Matt LaFleur, obviously frustrated. I think everybody frustrated after the Packers 13-10 loss to Cleveland. What was he most frustrated by when he spoke with the media yesterday? Because he took the shot seemingly at Rasheed Walker, not happy with the undefeated talk, obviously not happy with the 17 penalties, 14 of which were accepted. What was he most frustrated with yesterday?
Yeah, I unfortunately for our buddy Shido, it was pretty clear that had been something that had been irritating him, and he must have said something to Walker between Wednesday and game time because our teammate, quasi teammate Rob Domofsky, said that he went up to Sheed in the locker room after the loss, and not only did he tell Rob that he wasn't talking then, he informed him that he wouldn't be talking to us at all ever again. And look, I did, and I thought I did it I know there are some folks, especially people on Twitter, who called me a snake, which I haven't called a lot of stuff, but a snake is a new one. Who think, that my questions are selfish and I like to hear my voice. Believe me, I don't like to hear my voice. I really do this for a reason. I think the technique more often than not works. And it was perfect for this one because, I don't think Sheed, when he was talking last Wednesday, set out to proclaim, like, Joe Namath poolside saying they were going to win the Super Bowl. I don't think he set out to say, hey, we're going to go undefeated. I don't think that was in his heart at all. I think he started talking, and Lord knows I know this feeling. You start talking, and then you can't find the off-ramp for what you're discussing. And maybe you say something you shouldn't in the process of circling the neighborhood.
I mean, I feel like he did a good job of being like, hey, but I also thought we were going to be undefeated the last 2 years. So,
Right.
So he threw the qualifier out there.
And we went 20-14 over those two. So I was off by 14 games. So, yeah. So he was definitely, I mean, he said he was pissed. Like, he literally used that word, which I had to try and figure out if they could use that on the Channel 3 newscast when I sent along the clip from him talking or not, because I know we play a little looser with those rules than maybe TV does. But my point is that you're right. He had a lot that he was unhappy with. The penalties, like the false starts. The question I have really is which offensive lineman is further into the doghouse? It's got to be Sheed, but if Jordan Morgan is not in there with him, he is kind of chained to the outdoor post outside of the doghouse, because I mean he had 3 false start penalties. He gave up at least one of the sacks, but one of his false starts,
he was the one who got pushed back on the blocked field goal.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. And he got one of those false starts on the 3rd and 1 where they motioned Tucker Kraft in to take the TE sneak. And
well, I'll defend him there, Jason, because
about that one.
Well, I'll defend him there because the Eagles do that all the time and it never gets called. So he probably thought he could get away with it.
Yeah, sure. Who does he think he is, an eagle? So yeah. So I mean, look, there's a lot to be frustrated with. In fact, and look, it's our job to ask, and I know there are those that don't think we ask enough of them, but it's our job to ask tough questions when they're required, and it's also our job to ask them in a manner like why does Rich Bisaccia still have a job? I demand an answer. Is not going to get me anywhere, right? And so, and now asking, look, you guys, there's been institutional failures on special teams for years. This was supposed to be different. Why does it feel like, you get certain things figured out, you feel good about your snap, hold, kick battery, but then you have other issues. Like, does it just feel like you guys aren't kind of holding up your end of the donkey on special teams? That's a paraphrasing of what I said. And, his answer wasn't, and I don't know what people think he's going to do, but his answer wasn't going to be, yeah, I paid a lot of money for Rich Bisaccia, and he kind of sucks. Like, I know that's what people want to hear, but that's not what you get from that. So I thought we asked him a lot of very significant negative questions. But at one point, I did feel compelled to say, okay, Matt, I understand you're frustrated, but what do you take from this moving forward? What are the lessons here that you take from this? Because you still got a really good football team, which I think he believes, I think everyone in that building believes. They're a really good football team that played a really crappy game against a team they should have beaten. And so unlike the panic that's being felt in Madison and throughout the state about the college football team, I think this was a frustrating, irritating, crappy day blip on an otherwise good season.
Matt LaFleur over the past 2 days has taken blame for both the interception that took place from Jordan Love and the 3rd down sack mishap. How much do you think Matt LaFleur actually believes he's the one to blame in that? And how much should he be held to account for those mistakes?
Yeah, he has. I'm still surprised during COVID that he, when he said we're all in this sucker together, he didn't say this is my fault. I've brought this on our country. Like he takes the responsibility for everything. And Josh, to answer your question, I do think he believes what he says. Like, I think he does. I think he is wired that way, and it's not purely for show, but it is. I think it's exaggerated for show, if that's possible. Like, to take the pressure off of his guys, he will take it a little more than he necessarily should, if that makes sense.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, he should. His point about the interception, and look, what was interesting to me is the critique that he got from a lot of us was, the old Vikings Brett Favre call in Minneapolis. Why do you even contemplate passing? Why don't you just run the ball? This ain't Detroit, man. This is the third game of the season. Like Paul Allen. That's my worst Paul Allen.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Allen was trolling Packers fans online after, whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either. But my point is that I think he that was not his issue. His issue was that he just had a bad play call. But I don't think he was willing to go so far as to say we should have run it there. He gave me that hindsight is 20/20 answer. What I thought was a stretch, but I think he does believe this, is the mistake he made at the end of the third quarter was he had them rush to the line, and then he gave Love the option to snap it if he saw man coverage, which he did. And I think what he was saying there was, I should have just said, look, let's just run out the quarter, and then we'll take a fresh play to start the fourth. And I think that's a valid thing to take the blame for. Now, what he didn't have to take the blame for was Love backpedaling, whatever it was, 11 yards that he lost or whatever, and then not throwing the ball away when he was plenty far out of the pocket and he just had to get it back to the line of scrimmage. So I think he takes more blame for things than he should in protection of his players. But if you notice, I did follow up on the 3rd and 3 interception call, and I said, all right, I understand you take the blame, but, I mean, what can Jordan do differently there? And he did reply with that quote about how what we always tell our quarterbacks is don't make a play call worse. And he clearly did in that instance.
Jason, how does this offensive line get better?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm sure they're asking that same question in Madison, too. Look, first of all, they get their guys healthy, right? Like, Zach Tom.
Is he going to go on IR?
So, I like to think, and then I would hope you guys and all of our shows feel like when I appear on the program, I know what the hell I'm talking about. In that instance, like part of me wants to argue I did know what I was talking about because there was no reason for him to have played. It was stupid.
Well, Rob told us yesterday that he looked like he was having a hard time running out of the tunnel before the game.
Yeah, that's not great, Bob. And so that's a tip of the cap to what Aaron Rodgers used to call Rob. I just don't get it. Like I talked to, and I told you guys this, I talked to Zach Tom on Friday, and he was like he had like two little tiny Zach Toms on each shoulder pad. I told you guys this, and he sounded like a guy that was like, I really should play, but I really shouldn't play. Like my team needs me. They're going up against a really good group, and I'm a really good player, but I don't know if I'm up to it. And then when he was announced as being active when we were doing Green Bay game day pregame, I was floored. And then I was not surprised with how it played out. Now, would I have thought he would have made it longer than one snap? Like, I guess we all have to apologize now to Jair Alexander. He at least made it 10 snaps in Chicago. But what a debacle that was. And I understand that you want your players to have ownership and be able to say, okay, I'm good. I'm going to go. I'm going to give this a go. But that was just a colossal mistake. And then it just cascaded from there. And I'm sure you guys heard me also ask, about Jordan Morgan, about stretching him too thin. And LaFleur acknowledged that that's probably what they're doing. Like, here's a guy that has told us repeatedly, every time he's been asked since he was drafted, him saying, I want to be a left tackle. And good luck. He'll get to be that next year, I think. But in the meantime, they played him now in 3 games. They played him at left guard. They played him at right tackle, and they played him at right guard. Remember, he was rotating
with Sean Ryan.
Mm-hmm. Right. And he's talk about a jack of all trades, master of none. Like, he hadn't played it at any of those very well. And so I don't know what they're going to do moving forward. I would say that it was interesting that they went to him after the one snap instead of Anthony Belton, because all we heard was how great Anthony Belton had been. So they've got some problems there, even after they acquired, Dolly Parton's cousin, who I don't understand. You gave up a 6th-round pick in 2027 for him, and like every time he's an option, they never go to him.
I think he played, 10 or 15 snaps when Tom initially went down against Detroit?
Correct. Yep, and I think that philosophy was he's more experienced than a rookie. Put him in, he can handle it when he has to be put into a game. But then with a week's preparation, we want to go with Anthony Belton, except, as we talked about, that wasn't a week's preparation. That was a bunch of walkthroughs.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the deal is there, but the only time he came onto the field on Sunday was when Sheed went out and they had to bring in a third backup to have a full offensive line.
All right, so good things happening in Green Bay. Really excited for the Packers, Cowboys. Can't wait. Really can't wait, Jason. We appreciate the time, man.
I'm glad it's the same way I feel about my electricity. So I'm glad I could help. All right, guys, take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We'll talk to him again on Thursday.
And Jason Wilde is brought to us by Lakeland Supply. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Still dealing with an accident on northbound 41 at Capitol Drive was the left lane closed. Now everything's been moved off to the right shoulder. Still heavy from Watertown Plank Road all the way up to that scene. We got a new accident now on Greenfield Avenue eastbound at 92nd Street. The 2 left lanes are blocked, so that is going to be causing a problem through West Dallas, so just be very careful there. Otherwise, the freeway system eastbound 94, a little tight right past Brookfield Road, and then again back on the brakes from 92nd Street through the 35th. Westbound's heavy from about 17th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today, partly cloudy, still humid, slight chance for showers, a high of 70. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. Weather's brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 9 to 13.1 ounce selective varieties, Old Dutch tortilla or potato chips, 2 for $5.50. 32 ounce selective varieties, International Delight Creamer, 2 for $7. 10 to 10.8 ounce selective varieties, Bird's Eye Vegetables, 4 for $5. 10.5 to 11.25 ounce selective varieties, New York Texas Toast, 2 for $5.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th. Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project during their fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
This summer, your wishes take center stage at Wish Fest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all summer for over $1 million in prizes and earn entries into the Wish Fest prize drawings on Friday, September 26th. Your entries from July, August, and September all count. Plus, 5 lucky winners will have their ultimate wish granted. Wish big, win big. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm going to go with the corn dog, the old corn dog, the corn dog for the
pierogies
birthday.
and borscht all day long.
That's just crazy. Nobody likes borscht,
Oh,
let alone
God,
on their
it's
birthday.
so good. It's the only thing that makes my mouth water, other than my wife.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I don't feel great about the Packers' offensive line after talking with Jason Wilde, Joshy. Joshy, our cousin sub of the day. Brian D, cousin sub of the day. Hanging out here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. It doesn't seem like, yes, if the Packers' offensive line is healthy, I feel good about it. But we knew that going in. But even the guys that were healthy played terrible on Sunday. Like, awful on Sunday. The top 5 worst Pro Football Focus grades for the Green Bay Packers. The 5 offensive linemen who played the most.
Also, those were the 5 worst grades in all 3 games. So if you take all of the bad grades from the previous 3 games, the 5 worst were the 5 from the offensive line. And mind you, they did play about 7 different offensive linemen. So 2 of them were able to keep themselves out of there. But Rasheed Walker, Jordan Morgan, Aaron Banks, Elton Jenkins, and I believe
and Belton.
Yes.
And
Belton all made the list. And maybe this is a degree of offensive line arrogance and just the success of the Packers. Certainly there's a degree of, if you don't have healthy guys, your offensive line simply can't be 8-9 deep. Doesn't exist.
Correct. Yep.
Most teams would love to have 5 guys that they feel good about starting at any given time.
I think the best teams have 6.
Yes. And the Green Bay Packers are probably 6 to 7 deep. The problem is you lose 1, you lose 2, you lose 3, you're in big trouble.
But the problem, Joshy, is Jordan Morgan's supposed to be that 6th guy.
Yes. I think
I am at a loss of words of how bad he was on Sunday. Like, that's as worse of a game as you could possibly have. And I agree with Jason. Some of it is they're moving around too much. Yes. It's hard for an offensive lineman to get comfortable. I mean, what is it? The old saying that they stole from, was it Josh Sitton, who had the it's like wiping your behind with your left hand.
Yes. Yeah. I think there's a degree of, I mean, he's a second-year player. He missed large portions of last year. He's played right guard. He's played left guard. We hadn't seen him at right tackle at any point.
Yeah, that was a little surprising.
And then he was the first one out there against one of the best defensive lines in all of the NFL. Like, they're certainly doing him no favors by doing that. And I think Anthony Belton, for a rookie, has done a suitable job at right tackle.
I would have preferred to see Belton out there right away.
I do too.
And I think they learned that lesson.
And I think they are trying to throw anything at the wall and hope it sticks method, when they probably should just be going, these are our guys. We're going to keep them together. We're going to let them, because there is cohesion and there is gelling for an offensive line. Mm-hmm. Like, taking one guy out and putting another one in doesn't mean that's going to work in that combination. I think it's multiple factors that we saw. It was the shuffling of so many players around, because they had 4 different offensive line arrangements. At least 3.
Well, especially because Sheed went out for a couple of plays and they had to bring in Kennard. So
so that's not going to work. It's not going to work, especially when you have Myles Garrett bearing down on the other side, and Mason Graham, who had nearly a 50% pass rush win rate against the interior of the Packers defensive line.
Well, so that's the problem, Josh. Like, the guy, like, we were told, and I know he played well in the first 2 games, but we were told that Elgton Jenkins can be an all-pro center.
Yep.
And
I watched him flat out whiff. I don't know if I've ever seen that from Elgton Jenkins. Yeah, I think they'll be able to figure out something, barring further injury to any of the players that are now being thrust into starting. I do think they will find a happy medium. I don't think they're going to be as good as we hoped. I think that ship has kind of sailed for us.
I don't know if that's true. Once they get healthy with their five, the five that they trust the most, the starting five, so getting Banks and Tom back, at some point I think that offensive line can be a top 10, top 5 offensive line in the league.
I think it's possible. I'm suspicious about Aaron Banks to a degree, and some of it is health. He hasn't completed a single game in the 3 he's played, and it's all been 3 different injuries that have caused him to miss time.
Back, ankle, groin.
Yes, that seems to be a problem. That's a Christian Watson trajectory there, and it's been only in 3 games. I think they'll be able to work with it. I also think a big portion that affected them is Tucker Kraft is clearly injured to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
He whiffed on a couple blocks that you would never see him do, and I think they found themselves in a spot where, well, we were planning to rely on Tucker Kraft. We can't really rely on them. And now we've got guys playing all over the damn place.
Well, I am frustrated with the offensive line. There was, it didn't go well. There was a moment of levity that I was able to find that was making its rounds on the internet. We'll tell you about that. Because, again, it was a bad day for Sheed, but it produced a moment of comedy in the game as well. We'll dive into that sound coming up next. But if you're looking for a new car, truck, or SUV, take the nearest exit to Ewald Automotive for 2025 model year clearance pricing. Save over $14,000 or get 0% financing. All makes, all models over 720. 25s in stock with model year clearance pricing with the Ewald low price guarantee, which means they'll beat your best price on a new vehicle by $500 or they'll give you $500 cash. It's only at the Ewald Model Year Clearance Sales Event. When they're gone, they're gone. You should trust Ewald like I have ever since I've moved to Milwaukee. They have always taken care of me. It's why I only trust Ewald with all my automotive needs, whether I'm looking for a new car, leasing a new car, if I need service on my car. Ewald's the place to go, and because they make it so easy. And it starts at ewaldauto.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
They dominated this team from start to finish.
KBN.
And what Micah Parsons is able to do is unlock the entire defense to be even more confident because they know they have an all-pro that affects the game on so many levels.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Afternoons from 2 to 5 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves. Are you talking about the One collection? Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart. The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment. The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's. To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New Squid on the Block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
363. What's that?
The number of yards they gave up on the ground against the Philadelphia
It's a
Eagles.
Bible verse, John 3:63. Look it up. Tell us what it
I
says.
thought it was Joe 363, and it was "Thou shalt not get past me on the line of scrimmage."
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you can't laugh at your team from time to time, some funny things that happen, you just need to lighten up a little bit. And I think this will bring a little bit of levity. People are still frustrated, certainly frustrated with Wisconsin Badgers where we started the show, certainly frustrated with the Green Bay Packers and the way things went down in Cleveland on Sunday. But NFL Films, they got mics everywhere all over these fields. They captured, I think it's fair to call this a funny moment.
Oh, yeah.
A funny moment in the game. This might be my new favorite one. There's an old one of a guy who got juked out, and the sound he makes when he gets juked out is one of my favorites. This is right up there with that. Here's what happened when Rasheed Walker was going one-on-one with Myles Garrett during a play on Sunday.
Bro, I beat him on the cleanest inside last series. Jordan! Run! Is that what the tackle said? Yes.
So if you happen to miss it in the early play, because again, you hear the pads thumping and the sounds that you typically hear during a game. But while those pads were crushing together, Rasheed Walker got beat so bad on an inside move by Myles Garrett that he just yelled, "Jordan, run."
Jordan! Run!
So if you watch the clip, and you can find it all over Twitter at this point, Rasheed Walker clean whiffs.
He didn't get close.
And he cleaned whiff on probably the utmost physical specimen in all of the NFL when you combine size, speed,
strength.
Yes. So I think that's a good friend move by Rasheed Walker.
Jordan!
Because Myles Garrett untouched full sprint from a wide 9 position.
Just nothing to slow him down. Nothing between him and your quarterback. Because you whiffed so bad.
Yes, it was like he was fresh out of the block on a 100-yard sprint. So when you screw up that bad, you got to do something. Holding wasn't an option because he was already 2 steps past him. So Jordan, run!
Jordan! Run!
You got to exhaust all options as the left tackle.
Like, we've made the jokes about lookout blocks before. Like, that actually happened to Rasheed Walker. This is what actually happened.
You got to do all you can. And at that point, the last tool he had in his belt was...
Hey, it worked. Jordan got rid of the football. He did ran enough to get rid of the football, did not take the sack, nor the hit. Didn't really take a big hit there from Myles Garrett either.
Yeah.
So I would say the strategy there, after he's messed up so bad, of Jordan run, actually worked out in the end for Rasheed Walker.
Jordan run! I can't imagine the empty feeling of knowing you're on an island with the best pass rusher in all the NFL and you get nothing. You don't even scrape his shoulder pads. You don't have because in that situation, if you get that beat that bad, you would just grab his arm. Take the holding call. We can't let this guy get to our quarterback.
I saw that last night in the Monday Night Football game during a punt. Guy literally just tackled a guy who had a free reign at Detroit's punter, and they're like, nope.
Yes.
The holding is so much better than having this thing blocked. Yes. I am taking you down.
Yeah, because Jordan Love would have been in a spot to get injured, and I'm not being flippant with that. If he didn't see that, and Jordan Love was staying in the pocket.
Because it's coming from his blind side. Like, so just if you think of the play where Micah Parsons beat Penei Sewell on a very similar inside move against the Lions that led to the Evan Williams interception, the difference there is it basically happened in front of Jared Goff.
He was looking at him in the face.
Goff saw Micah Parsons coming, panicked, and threw it before Micah could get there. Coming from the blind side, you don't always know that, which is why you need, as you said, your friend to yell out, hey, maybe you should run from the big scary man. Run! It's just a fun moment from the game. If you can't laugh at that, it's just absolutely, it's funny. So, again, not great for the Packers. We'll see if the offensive line can get better. But we've got something coming up. 800-990-3776. We've got a fun giveaway for Got Your Legends. It's the new book that is out today from Mike Greenberg and our friend, mega producer Paul Hembo-Hembekides. So in this book, they rank the Mount Rushmore for every team out there. So what you can win a signed autographed copy of this book. All you have to do is call us, 800-990-3776, and correctly identify the 4 Mount Rushmore members of the Milwaukee Brewers. The one thing I will say is it doesn't have to just be players. So keep that in mind as you make your guesses. So if you call us, 800-990-3776, and in 2 minutes we'll take your calls. The first person to correctly guess the 4 Mount Rushmore people for the Milwaukee Brewers in the book Got Your Legends will win an autographed copy of Got Your Legends from Mike Greenberg and Paul Hembo-Hembekides. That comes up next your way in 2 minutes here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jordan! Jordan, run!
Northbound 41, we do still have this crash at Capitol Drive. The right lane is blocked, so it's still going to be very hefty from North Avenue all the way up to that scene. On Greenfield Avenue eastbound at 92nd Street, 2 left lanes are still blocked with a crash there. On the freeway system, eastbound 94 slow out of the Zoo interchange to 35th. Westbound's backed up from about 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And then on southbound 43, we got backups from Good Hope Road pretty much all the way down past North Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy, still humid, a slight chance for showers, a high of 70. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low of 60. Weather is brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Rain or shine, we got your ride covered with premium washes and free vacuums. Tsunami Express. Wash, chill, repeat. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This summer, your wishes take center stage at WishFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards Card all summer for over $1 million in prizes and earn entries into the WishFest prize drawings on Friday, September 26th. Your entries from July, August, and September all count. Plus, 5 lucky winners will have their ultimate wish granted. Wish big, win big. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
The annual Catholic Memorial High School Open House is Sunday, October 12th. Become part of the CMH tradition and make plans now to attend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on October 12th. Register at CatholicMemorial.net. Awarded for academic excellence, a rich tradition of athletic success, and an experience rooted in faith. Find out how your student can achieve more at CMH. Tour the school, meet the faculty and coaches, learn all about the opportunities available for your student. Register today at CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School, where you rise.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So this time, it's not my fault because someone scheduled a 6 a.m. flight, right?
Driver's gone. Somebody call the cops. We need to find that driver.
They could have killed someone. Whose car is this?
Yeah, come on. Whoever did this, just confess. We promise we won't be mad.
Do you think you're leaving any mystery as to who that person is?
I have no idea who he's talking about.
We'll close our eyes. Just take your car and get out of here.
Sir, that's clearly your car.
I have your wife's number. I would have called your wife and
The
said,
person who booked the flight at 6 a.m.
I didn't say that.
Whoa. This is shocking news. Wait, Angie's the one who booked this flight?
Oh, my God. What happened here? Yeah, we're all trying to find the guy who did this and give him a spanking.
It's obviously this guy, right?
Yes.
I have a name.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight.
Did you look at your call screener?
What?
First club of the day, I suppose.
Does
I can give you names if you'd like.
Gabe, are you talking on the air? Is Brian?
I am.
Yeah. That's what I thought was happening there.
We went an hour.
Okay. It's Jen, Game, and Chewy. All right, I guess we got to reset everything that just happened. Everybody's going to be confused. So, again, Joshy DiMaggio stepping up. He's in the big boy chair here in the One Call That's All Gruber Law Office studios. Brian D. is taking over producing the producing responsibilities of today's show. And we're doing a giveaway right now, and we're going to get to the callers in just a moment. 800-990-3776. And again, because Brian doesn't produce every day, I have a list in front of me. I have a call screener, we call it. And so I can see who's on the line, and Brian types in the name so I can see it on the screen. Because I want to go to these people, I don't have the names. For whatever reason, there was something lost in translation.
If you click on each of the callers and hit enter, it will then lock it in and make it visible. You can only see it right now.
Okay. Yeah. So I was unable to see the names. So I was trying to get the names from Brian, and I was talking to him off the air, but Brian was talking to me on the air. So you were only hearing one side of that conversation.
I was talking to everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
Everybody but you.
So, that's, oh, man.
So what are we trying to win here, Gabe? Go ahead.
All right, so there is a new book that just came out today from our guys over at ESPN. It's called Got Your Legends, from Greeny and Hembo. Mike Greenberg, Paul Hembakidis. You can catch them on Get Up as they do each and every day. This is their third book that they have done. And in this Got Your Legends, the premise of the book is they have Mount Rushmores for all these different North American teams, right? Football, basketball, baseball, hockey. They're doing all these. So in order to win a signed copy of this book, because our friends Greeny and Hembo were so gracious to us, you can win a signed copy of this book. And we have picked the Brewers. So all you have to do, the first person to correctly identify the 4 Brewers on the Mount Rushmore for this book, win Got Your Legends. 800-990-3776. Let's start.
Do we want to give a preview of, say, what the Packers are to give people an idea of the names we're looking for? No, because someone else is going to do it?
Because somebody else is going to have to take the Packers later today on ESPN Milwaukee. So there are more opportunities to win if you don't win here, if you listen on KBN and is the Homer Hour?
Absolutely. I actually think Homer gave away his copy of the book last night on the Homer Hour. So more opportunities to win this signed copy of the book shortly here.
So you'll have those opportunities. So, yeah, I would love to give those examples, but I don't want to give answers away to make it easier for somebody later.
Yeah, I just want to tell the fans they're going to have to think slightly outside of the box.
Yeah.
But it's all people, when you think Brewers, they're the first handful of names you think of.
So let's go out to Luis in Milwaukee. Luis, you are up first. Can you name the 4 members on the Brewers Mount Rushmore in the book Got Your Legends for a signed copy of the book?
Brewers, let's see. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to go Bud Selig.
That is on the list.
Robin Yount.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Bob Uecker.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And I don't know if he's going to qualify, but I'm going to say Henry Aaron, even though you said Brewers.
Tough.
I knew it.
Luis, you got right to the finish line. Couldn't quite get over that line.
Tripped up.
You got three of the four for Luis. Can you name the 4 members of the Brewers Mount Rushmore to win a signed copy of the book, Got Your Legends? Jacob in McGuanago, you're up next. Jacob, can you name the 4 members on the Brewers Mount Rushmore in the book Got Your Legends for a signed copy?
I think we should you just need the 4th one.
Yeah.
We don't need you to repeat the names that he got right.
All right. Let's go Paul Molitor.
Paul Molitor is correct. 4 members of the Brewers were all in the Hall of Fame: Bud Selig, Bob Uecker, Robin Yount, and Paul Molitor. Molly and Robin in the Hall, obviously, as players. Ueck is the broadcaster. Bud Selig recently inducted as a commissioner in baseball.
I have not had the opportunity to read through all of the other teams that have Mount Rushmores. How many broadcasters do you think would even make it? Obviously, Bob Uecker is an absolute shoo-in, having played and then been the voice of the Brewers for, I don't know, the entirety of most of our lives. I would imagine there's a chance like the Cubs could have something similar.
So the 3 other broadcasters that I would think of.
Vin Scully.
The problem is they've been around forever. Like the Brewers are still a relatively young team. They haven't been around for even half of as long as Major League Baseball has been around, right? The Brewers have only been around for 50-plus years. But teams like Vin Scully and the Dodgers, like the Dodgers have had some pretty important players. And Vin is one of the most revered broadcasters. I don't know if he's on that list for the Dodgers. Obviously, you mentioned Harry Carey, and then I would think Jack Buck for the Cardinals. But all of those teams had pretty significant
all-time greats.
Yes, and have been around for literally forever.
Yeah, that is interesting. I do think,
although so Vin Scully is on the Dodgers list. Yeah, Jackie Robinson, Vin Scully, Sandy Koufax, Clayton Kershaw.
Wow,
the 4 for the Dodgers.
Interesting. Yeah, it's just so unique that the Brewers have such a. And some people might laugh at the idea that Bob Uecker's on that list. I think there's plenty of deserving Brewers who could have easily made the list. But it's really cool to see somebody who we all appreciated so much get that national recognition. Because as much as he feels like our own and such an exclusive thing to Wisconsin and to Milwaukee Brewers fans, it is awesome to see Uecker get what is well-deserved amongst the many recognitions he's gotten over the past year or so.
Yeah. So Harry Carey and Ron Santo, both on the list, although Santo was also a player for the Cubs, made the Cubs list. So plenty of other broadcasters making the list in the book. Got Your Numbers, which is available. You can still go out. You can purchase it wherever you get your books, Got Your Legends, but you'll also have an opportunity to win an autographed book from Greeny and Hembo later today here on ESPN Milwaukee.
What do we think about Bud being on the list?
Yeah, he has to be.
I think so, too.
I mean, he literally brought the team back.
Correct.
Right. I mean, he was so passionate about baseball in Milwaukee. He brought them back, and for a few years, from my understanding, because I wasn't around in the 70s when he brought them back, like people were kind of apprehensive to really accept the team because they were still pretty ticked off about the Braves leaving and going to Atlanta. And obviously then having players like Yount and Molitor and some of those guys that ultimately ended up being on that 82 team kind of brought everybody back and got people excited about baseball in Milwaukee again. Like, we don't have the Brewers without Bud Selig.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same way I feel about Herb when it comes to the Bucks.
Right.
Like, Herb kept the team here for years when he could have easily not. He could have easily jettisoned them off. But it was so important. Milwaukee was so important to him, and having a team here was so important to him. It was a condition of the sale when he finally sold the team.
Yeah, there are people.
I will say for the Bucks, Herb is not on the list for the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
But I could have made a very easy case for Herb being on that list. I understand why Hembo and why Greeny would not put him on the list because they obviously aren't as intimately aware of what Herb Cole has meant to the Bucks as we are here in Milwaukee.
I mean, Bud Selig was the commissioner. He has the famous moment of calling the tie. Like, he became part of the Brewers and a face of the Brewers because of the positions he held and the importance he had in baseball. Like, we all recognize the importance of him, but on a national scale, it was pretty easy to see Bud's influence.
I mean, and obviously Bud spent some time in New York as the commissioner, but the official office for the commissioner of baseball was here in Milwaukee.
Yes.
Like, they had the Major League Baseball offices in New York, and obviously he would use that from time to time. But the official office for the commissioner of Major League Baseball was here in Milwaukee. That's how important the city is to him. And again, we don't have the Brewers here. We don't get to experience 7 out of 8 years of playoffs without Bud Selig bringing the Seattle Pilots to Milwaukee and his dedication to the city.
Is like the importance of a Bud Selig and Herb Cole unique to Wisconsin and Milwaukee? I'm trying to think of ownerships that would be as integral to keep, because it feels like all you ever really hear about are all the evil owners that moved in the darkness of night and removed teams.
Well, you think about when the Colts going from Baltimore to Indianapolis, the Browns going from Cleveland to Baltimore.
The Expos.
The Expos.
Like, there's all that, and I don't. Is there singularly important people like Bud Selig and Herb Cole?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. Because again, it has to be uniquely a small market thing,
right?
Because like Steve Ballmer isn't moving the Clippers out of Los Angeles, right?
No.
Like the Mets aren't moving out of New York, so I think it has to be a small market thing, and
as much
I think it's a unique thing to us. I mean, maybe I guess I'm not. Have the Timberwolves ever been close to potentially moving? And we're just not aware because we're not up there?
The only one that immediately comes to mind is when, and this is getting personal now, when the Buffalo Bills owner passed away in 2014, there were 3 people up to buy the team. It was the current president of the United States of America.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was John Bon Jovi, and it was the...
I forgot about Bon Jovi being in on that.
And it was the person who ended up buying the team, Terry Pagula, who kept it in Buffalo, and those other... Those other two gentlemen, I don't think we're going to keep the team in Buffalo.
What was the valuation of, and maybe I'm disrespecting Bon Jovi, he's got own NFL team money?
Bon Jovi was huge in the 80s, Joshy.
He's got to hold on to what he's got. That includes his money.
Do you ever just laugh at that list in your Buffalo Bills? For those who don't know, Brian D., a diehard Buffalo Bills fan. So with your other Bills fans and group chats that you have with your friends, do you just laugh at that list? Because that is a wild finalist list to look back on in the year of our Lord 2025.
I haven't gotten through 3 seconds of a Bon Jovi song on the radio since 2014.
It's fair. It's very fair. We are going to continue to talk about the Milwaukee Brewers. Jeff Levering joins us next. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
A new issue now, 894 southbound at Oklahoma Avenue. We have the right lane blocked with a broken down vehicle, so watch out for that. Delays coming up out of the Hale interchange up to that point anyway. We've also got this accident off the freeway on Greenfield Avenue eastbound at 92nd Street. The 2 left lanes are blocked with this. Eastbound on 94, we got backups from up 84th Street all the way through the stadium.
Yes, pulling double duty today, huh?
Right through the stadium and then back on brakes from the zoo
That-a-way.
into Waukesha County. Southbound 43, a hefty ride from just south of Good Hope Road, pretty much all the way down past Berlin.
All right, sounds
And
good.
Checking the TMJ4 Storm Team
You got it.
forecast today, partly cloudy, still humid. A slight chance for showers, a high of 70. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mecca. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
This NFC North is a two-team race, period. I've seen enough. I thought it, I believed it, and now I've seen enough.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
I've watched Minnesota struggle for 7 out of 8 quarters. Their offense stinks. I think there's going to be some very angry wide receivers.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Neck and back surgeries can be risky. Your spine deserves the best. That's why professional athletes choose Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. We can help you too. With the top nationally rated spine surgeons in the state for quality outcomes, you can trust the professionals at Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Get a second opinion in just a few clicks. Now offered virtually throughout Wisconsin. Visit nscwi.com. Whether you want to get back into the game or just get back to life, go where the pros go. Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Your spine health is our passion.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project during their fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Hey, it's Jen Latta, and I just had my walk-in closet redesigned by Closets by Design. Doug and his team in Mequon were amazing, from the first consultation to the final install, and now I have a beautiful, organized space for all of my clothes. They really brought my vision to life. Locally owned with the backing of a trusted national brand, they deliver expert design with a personal touch. Get 40% off, plus an extra 15% off, and take advantage of 18-month free financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN, and don't forget to tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
It's time to hear from the voice of the Brewers.
Fly ball to deep right. It is back. Soto back. Out of here.
Jeff Levering is brought to you by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Go where the pros go to fix all your back pain. Visit them today at neurospine.com.
Appreciate a little Huey Lewis in the news to bring me in today. Love that.
Thank you. And I love Huey Lewis in the news, so I'm all about it.
Jeff Levering on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Love talking to our guy Jeff Levering every Tuesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and we especially appreciate it today, Jeff, because, well, you're out west and you had to wake up early in order to join us. So thank you so much for still jumping on with us, buddy.
That's my pleasure. Don't mind the bags under my eyes already. Okay, it's
well,
gonna be fine.
Extra innings came last night. Just
it's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Before we get to the final week of the season, I figured I'd ask you this question. We just gave away a book. It just came out today from Greeny and Hembo of Get Up fame. Know Your Legends is the name of it, and they give the Mount Rushmore for basically every team in major North American sports. So do you think you could name the 4 names that they put down for the Brewers Mount Rushmore?
I'm guessing it's Robin Yount.
Yep.
I'm guessing it's Bob Uecker.
Yes, sir.
I'm guessing it's Bud Selig.
That is correct.
Let's see. Number 4 would be Probably Paul Molitor,
Yeah.
even though Yelich should be on there at the end of the day.
Yeah, number 4 was number 4. So
Yeah.
Paul Molitor.
Okay.
I think that being in the Hall of Fame as a Brewer, I think kind of helps
Yeah.
out Molly's case.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's fun. What's not fun is the news we got on Sunday, and even as a Packer fan, I feel I was more gutted for the Brandon Woodruff news that came out on Sunday, even after the Packers' performance on Sunday. I know they haven't ruled it out completely, but when the manager's using words like he's devastated for Woody, it doesn't make me hopeful that he's going to be getting the ball for a game in the divisional series. What can you tell us about the lat strain from Brandon Woodruff?
It seems to be a mild strain, which is first and foremost the most important. However, the language used as in was by Brandon Woodruff talking about his season, Pat Murphy was using the word was quite a bit. It makes you think that he's thrown his last pitch of the year. I will say that, I mean, you knew that there was going to be a limit on how much he was going to pitch over the course of this season, coming off of 0 innings a year ago. You weren't sure how many innings you were going to get out of Brandon Woodruff this year. But listen, he pitched his tail off when he was out there. He was great. The velocity was good. The stuff was even better. There's an outside chance that he's available to pitch in the division series. I'm not sure what the percentage is. I'm not going to put a number on it. I just hope I get an opportunity to see Brandon Woodruff pitch in a postseason game at some point, because he's meant so much to this organization with him and Christian Yelich and Freddie Peralta, those core 3 guys that have been here during this stretch of winning, going to the playoffs 7 of the last 8 years. You would hate to see this happen again for Woody, like it did in 23, where he gets to the end of the season and then makes one last regular season start and he's not able to pitch in the postseason. You'd hate to see that this year. I'm hopeful, but I'm also a realist as well. I just hope Brandon Woodruff's going to be all right.
We've seen celebrations for clinching the playoffs, clinching the division, and the last one kind of looming out there is the number 1 overall seed and home field advantage throughout. How important do you think it is for the Brewers to nab that number 1 overall seed in the NL?
They've secured the bye already, which was the most important thing. So you get a week off until you start the division series on the 4th. So that's really important. But I do think it's important to get that 1 seed as well. Firstly, the atmosphere at American Family Field, having your home games there. If you can have home games there for every single series and guarantee that you're going to have the first home games there, that's really important. The other part is that you have something to play for still, right? You don't want to sit there and not have anything to play for. They've got 2 things, still 2 more boxes to check. It's home field advantage and also going for that franchise record in wins, which is 97. They've got to win 2 more ball games in the next 5 in order to get there. Last night was a gut-wrenching loss, right? You get that. It was a wonderful win. You did everything you needed to do. The strike zone was atrocious. Nonetheless, you wish you could have come out with that game, because it's always important to get that first win of a series. But I think that they're still hungry to get that franchise record in wins at 97.
What is the plan, do you think, for the divisional series pitching-wise with Woody out? I was feeling really good because you only need 3 because of the off days that are built into the divisional series. Obviously, Freddie goes game 1. I think Quinn Priester, as good as he's been, is going game 2. What's the plan for game 3? Because Murph also made it seem like that's not an option for Mizorowski, with the way he talked on Sunday as well. What are they going to do in that 3rd game for a starting pitcher?
I think they're going to go Johnny Holstaff for game number 3. It depends on who you're gonna run out there to start the game. Can you go with a Robert Gasser? Sure. Can you go with a Chad Patrick? Sure. He's thrown his tail off all year long. You'd feel pretty comfortable with Chad Patrick going. The only question is that game is going to be on the road. So who do you want to make that start on the road in a hostile environment, wherever it is, whether it's in Chicago or whether it's in New York, if the playoff, or I should say San Diego, if the playoffs began today? Who do you want to go out there and make that start? There are a lot of options. Hopefully Jose Quintana's calf can heal in the next 2 weeks as well. I mean, that would be another great option if he's willing and able to do it with that calf injury. That would be a perfect option. But we'll see where he is health wise. But they're going to run out whoever they're going to run out there and parse together 27 outs the best way that they can.
Jeff Levering and All Brewers Talk on ESPN Milwaukee is brought to you by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. The Brewers are unconditionally relentless. I'm going to take some accountability for the program here and all of our programming. We don't talk enough about Bryce Trang and just how excellent he's been this
I was
season.
to say, what did I do?
Where are we going? Where are we going with
You're
this?
culpable. You're culpable.
Oh, no!
Oh.
We suck again!
One, how has Bryce turned into what he has become? And why isn't he getting the recognition probably that he is well deserving of at this point?
I'll start with number two. It's because he plays for the Brewers and nobody talks about the Brewers enough. Because it's the best team in Major League Baseball that nobody knows about. And if he played for the Philadelphia Phillies or the Mets or the Dodgers, everybody would be talking about him. So that's 3 dings. Perfect. I think that just for good measure.
Yeah, just in case you need another one.
Bryce is going to get some MVP votes. Is he going to get first place votes? No. Like Shohei Ohtani is going to win the MVP, and I understand why, and he's really good, and that's fine. I understand that. But he might finish in the top 5. And I think that that's the whole collection of work that he has put together. Yes, he's amazing defensively. He's starting to hit home runs, but he's also getting base hits the other way. He had a nice single last night. I mean, he scores on that 2-hopper to short in the 10th inning last night to give the Brewers the lead. He does everything. He does everything well. He has dedicated himself to this craft to get better. He knew he was a good player. Did anybody know there was 18 home runs in that bat? No. Did anybody think that there was this kind of power with that lean body? Probably not. But he has found something and untapped all this. And they were talking about it in spring training. And the way that he was hitting the ball in spring training with authority, you went, wow, okay, look at you, Bryce. Look at you. This looks good. And the real litmus test is home runs the other way. Anybody could pull homers, but you're seeing him go out to center. You're seeing him go out to left. That's where the big boys hit their home runs, and he's hitting big boy home runs this year. But he's also not losing his swing as a result. It's been super impressive and still playing outstanding defense. Every single night he's out there just ruling it at second base.
Yeah, I can't imagine too many Brewers fans at the beginning of the season would have thought you had had a lineup where Christian Yelich is batting leadoff and Bryce Terang's batting third like they did last night. But this lineup can be so incredibly deep, Jeff. I love the lineup they ran out the other night. You had Bowers batting 7th. You had Vaughn batting 8th. And even though there are some injuries with the pitching staff, I still feel great about this team because of the depth of the lineup. It's just Bryce has been fantastic. Christian's been fantastic. But it's 1 through 8. I mean, you've got some really good guys that you have to get out over the course of a 5 or 7 game series. That makes me feel really good about this offense. Just exactly how deep is this team?
Yeah, it's super scrappy too. I mean, it's they've been doing it all year long, and they're not relying on homers. I mean, they didn't homer last night. You got just base hits and doubles and team speed, and everybody is contributing in this lineup. And like you said, 1 through 8, you're starting to get some contributions from Joey Ortiz. He had a great series in St. Louis. He's got to get more consistent at the bottom of the order. Inevitably he's going to come up with the bases loaded at some point in the playoff. I mean,
What's
he is
the
tied
record for ABs with the bases loaded? Because I swear he's had to have sprint past it this year.
He's got 30. He's tied for the major league lead. Tied for the major league lead with at bats with the bases loaded, and it feels more than 30, doesn't it? It feels like it should be 130.
Yeah.
But he's always coming to the plate with guys on base. That's a credit to what the guys in the top of the order are doing to give him those opportunities with men on base. And to be honest, his numbers with guys in scoring position are pretty good. He's hitting like 280 with runners in scoring position, so that's a good thing. No, yeah, right. Anybody would. Anybody sign up for 250 at this point. But you're right with the ability of this entire lineup to be dynamic, and it's not relying upon the home runs, which makes you think that in the playoffs this is going to be almost slump proof. Like they really were relying on the home run in 2021, and that's when you saw that offense just die over the last month of the season. That's why I don't think this offense has that in them. They've been shown it for the last 4 months.
I'm going to say this on the front end. I'm asking you a nearly impossible question to answer here. But
Awesome. Thanks. I love that already.
Yeah, really setting up our guests to succeed.
I think you'll have a good answer regardless of the impossibility of this singular answer. But what's the biggest reason that the Brewers have become so consistently good and appearing in the playoffs as often as they had? Because this isn't normal. This is the golden era of the Brewers right now. And I think there's a lot of reasons, but I can't really put my finger on the biggest one.
I think that they've just been so consistent. Player development wise, they haven't missed on a lot of picks. They've been really smart with the guys that they have brought in. I mean, look at who's running the ship, right? Whether it's Matt Arnold at the top or David Stearns before that, Pat Murphy's been right at the middle of all of it. He was the bench coach during the Craig Counsell era, and they haven't missed a beat. They've been a better team since Pat Murphy took over. I think that's a big part of it. I think that's a really big part of it. And I think that there's an axe to grind with a lot of the players that they bring in. And that's a big piece that nobody really talks about, is that these guys that the Brewers bring in, they've been forgotten, right? And I think a lot of times playing with a chip on your shoulder, like nobody cares about you, and that you've got something to prove means a lot. And to be honest, that's what the Brewers have done. They've turned these guys from the all DFA squad into all-stars. It's just something that they do. They do it consistently. And if you're a free agent, or if you're somebody that gets designated for assignment from somebody, I think you're sitting in the back of your mind and not being upset that you just lost a job, but you're kind of sitting there going, man, I hope the Brewers pick me up because I'm going to have an opportunity. I think I'm going to be pretty good once I'm done.
Jeff, we appreciate the time. Go get some coffee, bud. Can't wait to talk to you next week when all these other teams are going to be battling it out in the wild card round, and the Brewers just get to sit back and watch.
It's going to be so fun. The amount of housework I'm going to get done next week is going to be amazing. My garage is going to be impeccable.
Is it
when
winterizing the
this
lawn
thing's all
time
said and
yet?
done. No, that's not until October, buddy.
Okay.
But I'm still going to be. This is no, not a long time. Oh my gosh. I'm going to cut my grass so much. My edges are going to look beautiful. It's going to be amazing.
Jeff can't wait
gonna
to
be
put in all
amazing.
that work. He hasn't had time. He's a busy
can't.
guy. Thank you, Jeff. We'll
I don't
talk
have
to you
enough time.
next
Maybe
week.
I'll go to Home Depot. You got it.
Who
See you
knows if we
guys.
have time?
Bed Bath and
Jeff
Beyond.
Levering. Always enjoy catching up with Jeff. And again, our conversations with Jeff Levering brought to you by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. The Brewers are unconditionally relentless. Playoff baseball, there's nothing like it.
Love it.
Absolutely nothing like it. By the way, single game tickets for that divisional series are available to the general public today. So make sure you're checking out Brewers.com to get your postseason tickets, because we got to fill up AmFam Field. We got to make that thing loud for this postseason run.
I do have to say, I had a friend who's a season ticket holder purchase his tickets for the divisional series, and I always complain about the Packers and the unaffordability. 4 tickets to a playoff game, affordable. Way affordable. And I'm very impressed, and I am happy the Brewers do something like that.
Yeah, I can't wait. I've got a good feeling about this team.
Yeah?
For all the reasons that Jeff just said. Cannot wait whoever they play in the postseason. Hey, I want to tell you about something I did, because there's still plenty of great golf to be played left in the state of Wisconsin. And right around this time, a couple of years ago, I joined the Wisconsin Country Club. Now, I did it for the golf, because I love our golf course. I love our practice facilities. I love the events. We just had our Ryder Cup out there. I love the events that go on. But maybe you're looking for something more than just golf. Well, how about this? No assessments that a lot of clubs have. No food and beverage minimums, even though the food is fantastic. Oh, the steak I had with our Ryder Cup event on Friday, impeccable. Also have tennis, pickleball, and a pool. The incredible golf course. What are you waiting for? Join a place that you're going to love. WisconsinCountryClub.com. It's just a fairway away.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
The accident on Greenfield Avenue eastbound at 92nd Street has been cleared, so we're in good shape there. Northbound on 894, we've got just basically delays from Forest Home all the way around the Hale up to Oklahoma Avenue. On the southbound side, we do have the right lane blocked with a broken down vehicle at Oklahoma Avenue. And northbound on 94, heading into the Mitchell interchange around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. That's going to be slow on 4394, continuing more backups from Beecher all the way up to the high-rise bridge. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy skies, still humid, a slight chance for showers, a high of 70. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Neck and back surgeries can be risky. Your spine deserves the best. Professional athletes trust Neurospine Center of Wisconsin, including baseball, where surgeon Dr. Brandon Rebels helped get Milwaukee's MVP back on the field for a stellar season. We can help you too, with the top nationally rated spine surgeons in the state for quality outcomes. You can trust the professionals at Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Get a second opinion in just a few clicks. Now offered virtually throughout Wisconsin. Visit nscwi.com. Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Your spine health is our passion.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Frucci, Managing Partner and PGA Professional at Morningstar Golfers Club, and I'd like to personally invite you to play your next round of golf at Morningstar. Lush green fairways, velvet smooth greens, magnificent vistas from high above our championship golf course. Morningstar was created with the serious golfer in mind, and it continues to be the public course by which all other area public courses are measured. Book your tee time today and reserve a spot on our membership wait list. Come out and see what all of Southeast Wisconsin's been talking about. Hey, you played the rest. Now play the best.
Well, Mike, our family is expanding.
What? You're kidding. We donated the high chair and baby toys a long time ago.
Mike, we're not having a baby. Our PCI family needs to expand.
Oh, whew, you're right. Business keeps growing, and we need more carpenters.
We're looking for experienced full-time carpenters with a variety of skills.
Consider joining our team at Professional Construction, Inc.
Learn more and apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
You are listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I mean, this world is geared towards women. Like, what do we
I
get?
am stepping away from this. Goodbye.
Like, what do we get? They get a comb that dries your hair. We get a stupid razor.
Hey,
I mean, what's the coolest thing we get? They get the hair dryer?
Control.
On 94.5 ESPN. It's Chewy's favorite segment of the week.
Hey, big guy, you catch the game?
It's Power Rankings time on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Did you catch the game last night?
Can I say yes to you?
What will the big guy have in store for us today?
See the game last night?
Which game?
Any of them.
All right, here we go. Time for Power Rankings. Chewy gone for the second consecutive week. Joshy and I have not looked. Brian D., our cousin sub of the day behind the glass, has the list in front of him. Now, typically when you do this, Josh had to do it last week, you have to give your vague thoughts on how you feel about the power rankings.
My vague thoughts on how I feel about the power rankings
in the top 10.
I hate to give Chewy a bad rap here because normally he likes to sully the integrity of the list. I like the list this week.
Okay.
I actually think it's pretty spot on.
All right.
There's a couple of 8 through 10s that I'm not super
Yeah,
thrilled
that's
about.
always, especially early in the season, it gets murky.
But I actually think this is pretty chalky.
Okay.
So with that, I'll turn it over to you guys.
All right, number 10, Joshy, who do you think?
I've been struggling to find the 10th option here, Gabe. There's so many teams that it could be. Could it be a team like the Rams?
I think...
Is that too low?
I feel like that's kind of low. But I think the Rams... I mean, they got to go... Yeah, I'll go with you on the Rams. I'm going to ride with the Rams here.
This is where you tell us who 10 is.
The number 10 team in the power rankings this week, the Commies.
Okay.
I thought about going Commies there, yeah.
Washington
I just didn't know if having their backup quarterback in there was going to be held against them.
He is grade significantly, Marcus Mariota. He took his helmet off during that game. Grade.
Like, what do you think? Grade what?
I thought you were talking about like PFF.
No, like salt and pepper grade.
I got it, yeah. Yeah, that's what happens.
Took the helmet off, and
there.
I went, whoa, that guy went from 25 to 40 quick.
So, on 9, I have half a mind to state Rams, but I also have a mind to go Ravens here.
Well, so that means, okay, because here's the thing. Like, the Chiefs were in last week, and then they won, but they didn't look great, so did they fall out?
I think you have to. Because, I mean, there's
All right, I think the Ravens are still higher. I think that it's going to be, hey, they've played a tough schedule. They've still been good enough. I'm gonna stick with the Rams here at 9.
The number 9 team in the power rankings is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow.
You're all over it.
I had it down.
Do you think they're actually not good, or do you think they're just missing their best offensive weapons?
I think their offensive weapons are stinky, and Patrick Mahomes is just out there desperately trying to make anything work.
I think they've taken a step back. Do I think by week 15, 16, 17, 18, we're all going to say, oh boy, you should probably worry about this team? I do.
Doesn't it feel like a 10-7 wild card team that goes into Buffalo or Baltimore on divisional weekend and wins?
and those two teams are just crapping their pants.
Yes, that's exactly what it feels like.
Okay, number 8.
So I don't know if the Rams can be in here now. Like, I honestly don't, because
it took the Eagles, who I presume are going to be 1 or 2.
Yeah.
It took 2 blocked field goals and a miraculous comeback to beat this Rams team.
I understand, but like the Niners are undefeated.
Correct. Mac Jones is leading them to undefeated. I'm going back to the Rams.
Niners.
It is Joshy's Los Angeles Rams.
Okay.
Did they have the biggest puke all over their shoes moment, even more so than the Packers on Sunday? They were up 26-9 in the third quarter.
It almost was the Buccaneers who ended up winning because they were about to kick a field goal thinking they're going up 9, and then Will McDonald, shout out Waukesha North, blocked the kick and then scooped and scored himself.
Aaron Glenn was boogieing on the sidelines, and then the Jets.
And then the Buccaneers did what I thought the Packers were going to do. It's like, okay, it doesn't matter, get in a field goal range, kick the game-winning field goal.
I still can't believe it
happened.
Someone that good came out of Waukesha North.
Yeah. He's
Waukesha North catching strays?
He's a beast.
Yeah.
If you've been around the area long enough, you know that that's not a football powerhouse.
Sure, but man.
Typically, somebody like that would have ended up at West.
Everybody in Waukesha North is minding their own
Memorial.
business.
Catholic Memorial. Yeah. A lot of other football powerhouse options that you would have ultimatly gone to.
Him,
for sticking with it.
I apologize for both of these guys, Waukesha North. That's brutal.
The North Stars.
Number 7.
I went Ravens here.
I'm with Gabe, Ravens.
Yeah.
They're 1 and 2. They're going to be fine. They started slow last year, too.
Derrick Henry with another huge fumble last night. It's 3 weeks in a row. He's had game-costing fumbles. He's a beast, but he can't hold on to the football. That might be a problem for them.
I think this team is too good. I think Lamar's too good. I think they'll get it figured out. I think they'll right the ship. I think the big thing for them, though, is their defense is not what we think of when you think of Ravens defenses of past.
They started 0-2 last year.
Yep.
And they eventually, finished the season 12-5. And that division's, especially with Joe Burrow out, like that division's just the Ravens. I think should ultimately run away with it. They do have to go to Kansas City next week.
One of those teams can be 1-3.
Mm-hmm.
The only team to give up more points than the Ravens this season is the Miami Dolphins.
Ugh.
Not good company. Need to fix that.
Number 6.
Did you say Niners already?
I
This
did.
is where I want to put Niners.
This is where I put the Bucks.
It is the Buccaneers.
So the Niners are out, despite being 3-0.
Or are they higher?
There's no way they're in the top 5. I feel pretty good about who the top 5 are.
All right.
You cannot put the Lions ahead of the Packers. They dominated them not that long ago. What a crappy list.
Lions didn't lose to the Browns, though.
I don't care. They lost to the Packers very convincingly.
They did.
It wasn't even close.
The Packers lost to the Browns very convincingly.
Wait. Is maybe the best team the Colts not on this list now?
The Colts aren't in the top 5 now.
That's crazy. Not in the top 10 team?
No, apparently not.
Number 4.
Lions.
Yep.
Chargers?
We're fighting Herberts.
It's disrespect.
It's tough. Got to prove it. Number 3.
Lions.
Lions. Number 2.
Bills.
AO. And
Eagles.
number 1.
The Eagles.
EAGLES Eagles.
I predict the Eagles by week 8 will be a 6-7-8 team.
Ooh.
They haven't looked that good.
Does it say on there what the Lions were last week? They jumped that much?
The Lions last week
What are they,
were
6?
number 8. They jumped up 5 spots.
I need to get in touch with the power rankings people.
Man, well, now that you got the blessing last week from Shefty, maybe he can put you in touch.
We need an integrity test there.
Yeah, come on. Lions at 3.
Maybe you can ask Shefty tomorrow and see if he can swing his weight around to get some integrity.
I
in the
feel
power rankings.
Chewy's asked him about the power rankings before, only to get laughed at by
Shefty's
Shefty.
like, you think I'm going into editorial meetings for ESPN.com?
He did sort of dismiss them outright. As
Yes, he has also done that.
So I don't know if that's going to be a winning spot for us.
Oh, but if you are looking for a winning spot, Joshy.
This guy's a pro.
You
What
can
a
go
setup.
over to my friends at Wanna Parlay. It's my favorite daily fantasy sports app with the absolute largest payouts on parlays. You've heard me talk about them before, but the football season is here and it's time to play. I'm jumping back on the Green Bay Packers to cover this weekend against the Dallas Cowboys. I think Matthew Golden's going to get his first touchdown, little anytime touchdown bet in there. And I think George Pickens, I like his over on receiving yards as well because, well, they don't got much else left there without CeeDee Lamb. Here's what you should do. Download the Wanna Parlay app, click around it when you decide to upload money to play and get into the action. Use promo code JGC for a 100% deposit match for up to $250. Put in $20, they'll give you 20 more. Download the Wanna Parlay app, use promo code JJC, and let's play the world's richest parlay today. You must be 18 years or older to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER today.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
As the Packers get ready for their Week 4 Sunday Night Football matchup in Dallas against the Cowboys, head coach Matt LaFleur still reflecting on what went wrong Week 3 in Cleveland. LaFleur on what the team can take away after the loss to the Browns.
I just think this league is such a week-to-week league, and you can never lose sight of that, and you can't take any moment, any game for granted. The goal is to go 1-0 every week.
Well, the 2-1 Packers will look to get back on that 1-0 plan as they prepare for Sunday Night Football against the 1-2 Cowboys in Week 4 prior to the Week 5 bye. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Concerned about fraud? Tri-City's got your back. Use debit card alerts. Help stop a card hack. You'll get notified when your card's being used so you can prevent your account from abuse. Tri-City National Bank, member FDIC.
This is Joe Budden. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So I'm here to make sure you don't miss any of the daily fantasy action this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. That's code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Out here, pets are always by your side, watching the herd, running fence lines, or asleep at your feet. Pets are some of our favorite customers. When you bring them along to Tractor Supply, we'll always have a treat waiting. And with our price match guarantee, you'll always get the best price on their favorite food, toys, treats they love, and pet meds to keep them healthy. Tractor Supply, for pets out here.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
New Beyond Raw Lit V2 pre-workout. GNC's #1 pre-workout. Now with harder hitting energy, an intense mind-body connection, and enhanced endurance support. This isn't just pre-workout, it's precision engineering for your body. Turbocharge your workout with new Beyond Raw Lit V2. Available now at GNC and GNC.com.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
My father would always say, and there's a rhyme and a reason to it. He said, if you wear your rubbers in the house, you'll go blind. Do the two youngsters on the show here even know what rubbers are? I'm talking the ones that go over the shoes.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Just some final thoughts. When we were talking about the offensive line, we talked about it a lot today on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy when it comes to the offensive line of the Green Bay Packers. I do think they're eventually going to get it right. And look, when it comes to the mistakes that were made against the Cleveland Browns, the thing that's going to be remembered most, Joshy, at the end of the day is, did they properly learn the mistakes? Learn from the mistakes. Dan Orlovsky yesterday on Get Up saying, hey, it's time for Jordan to grow up. That's just a throw he can't make. And I'm okay with Jordan throwing that interception, as long as he learns from it and grows from it, and we see that growth over the next handful of games.
Yeah, the whole thing with Jordan Love and the disappointing parts of some of the playoffs has been basically the fact that he makes a back-breaking mistake, and he's made a few of them. He doesn't always make them, but they seem to pop up enough where it's something to keep our eye on. I still think he's a young player. I still think he's figuring out the offense and his weapons. And I believe he can eliminate those issues.
Yeah, and I think he is going to eliminate those issues as well. Again, it's about growing and learning from the mistakes that you made against Cleveland. Wilde and Tausch, they're coming your way next. ESPN Milwaukee.
The accident on Greenfield Avenue eastbound at 92nd Street has been cleared, so we're in good shape there. Northbound on 894, we've got just basically delays from Forest Home all the way around the Hale up to Oklahoma Avenue. On the southbound side, we do have the right lane blocked with a broken down vehicle at Oklahoma Avenue. And northbound on 94, heading into the Mitchell interchange around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue.